Hello, this is Casey Schaub. This video will show you how you can focus on student groups in Elluminate by using custom reports. In fact, it will show you how you can create a student group after you've created a custom report and filtered on that report by certain student demographics and/or their test score. When you are logged into Elluminate, if you click on Reports, a drop-down menu will appear. If we click on Create a Report, we'll be able to create a new custom report. If you are building a report based off an assessment, then I suggest that you include at least part of that assessment title in the title of the report. You can also provide a description and include tags. When you're finished, click Submit. A custom report essentially is a spreadsheet that we are creating within Elluminate. We're going to first want to include student demographic information so that we can filter on this information later. So in the category, we're going to type in demographics. We are then going to click on the category Students Demographics. This is the core data from Elluminate. This is more than likely pulling from your student information system. Therefore, it's going to be the most current student demographic information. When we click on that, then you'll see in the matching columns a bunch of different options will appear. We can filter these options by typing in a word or keyword in the search box. The first column I'm going to want in my custom report is going to be the student name. So therefore, I'm going to search for name and then scroll down to where it says student, last name, comma, first name. If I click on that, it will then be added to my selected columns on the far right. If you look in there, there's going to be a lot of other student demographic information, such as gender, special ed status, Title I status, socioeconomic status. We're going to want to add those to our selected columns if we're interested in these being included in our custom report. There are a few student demographic items that I'm going to want in each report, starting with the student name, their current grade level, and probably gender. However, you can include as many of the student information data points as you would like. After we're done selecting all of the different student demographic information we want included in our report, I'm then going to go back to the category and search for an assessment. Now in a previous video, I created an assessment called Algebra 2B Unit 1 Assessments, so I'm going to search for that title. One thing that you'll notice is that if you have anything typed in the matching columns, it's then going to search on that. For example, if I search for my assessment and then the matching columns still have that SED there, it's going to try to find that column in that assessment data. Well, I don't have that column, so it's going to give me no reports. So I want to clear out the matching column search box before I actually search for something inside of my assessment. So now that I have that cleared, you should see that I have Algebra 2B Unit 1 pretest and post-test. I'm going to want to add both of these columns into my custom report. Now the order that we have the selected columns here on the right side, that's the order that they're going to appear on my spreadsheet. However, I can change these in the Manage Column section to reorder these if I would like. It's important to click Save before you move on, otherwise it will not record this data. This takes me to the Manage Column section. You could also get there by clicking on Manage Columns at the top of the page. I can reorder here if I want by changing the numbers in the boxes that show the numbers on the right side of the screen. I can also click the up or down arrow to move them up or down one spot. I want to scroll down to where I actually have assessment data being pulled in. On here, I want to add a performance band, and I'm going to add the district default one. And when I do that, I want to click New Column so that I have two columns. I'll have my score in one column, and I'll show the performance band in the second column. I'm going to do that for both my pretest and my post-test, even though I know I don't have any data in the post-test currently. I'm going to click Save Changes and View Report, and it will take me to my report. So you'll see that I have 1,000 students listed in my report. Well, I'm going to want to filter this down. You should only see your students, so this shouldn't be as big of a deal as it is for me. But let's click on Filters. So the first thing I'm going to use in filtering is I want to filter down to students who have data in this assessment. So I'm going to click where it says Student Demographics, and I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to find my pretests. So I scroll down and pick Algebra 2B, Unit 1 Assessment, and so forth, pre. I'm then going to click where it says Is Empty. A pop-up menu will appear. I'm going to click Is Not Empty. So that way it will only show me students who have data for this assessment. I'm going to click Save Filters. If I click View, it will now show you only students who have data in the Algebra 2B Unit 1 Assessments pretests, which shows me 24 students, which is correct, much better than the 1,000 students it was showing me. So as you can see, it shows the score, and then next to it shows the performance band. Well, I can use filters to focus on students who have certain scores, or I can focus on their demographic data. So I'm going to add another filter by going back to filters. I'm going to only want the report to show me students who received less than 80% on this assessment. So I'm going to click the green plus button. I'm then going to click my assessment, my pretest, and I'm going to say I want it to say is less than and then type in 80. I'm then going to save this filter. And then if I click view, I should see in my report only those students who received less than 80% on this assessment. So the next filter I'm going to do is based off a student demographic. I'm going to look at students who qualify for special ed. So I'm going to go back to my filters, click the green plus button, and then click on student demographics, student in special ed. I'm then going to click where it says is empty, the pop-up menu will appear, and then I'm going to click is true. I'm going to save my filter. I'm going to click view, and then you will see that it only shows me students who have data, who have less than 80%, and who qualify for special ed. So I have 2 students in my group. Now from here, I can actually create a student group based off this custom report by clicking Advanced, and then clicking Create Student Group. And then I can title my student group. I can then click Save and Proceed to Student Group. To make this visible, I actually have to click Yes. And what this allows me to do is next time I sign in, or if I go to Control Panel, I can then select just this student group. So that means any assessment I get into, any report I get into, it will just show me these students. This is the beginning to starting to look at student subgroups to start tracking their analytics. Thank you.